right, guys. So right now we're going to talk about some of the casting choices that are going on with X-Men right now. Particularly, I want to start with Adam Driver. Now, I really like this idea of Adam Driver being Magneto or Mister Sinister. Either or is perfect because we know Adam Driver is a great actor. So no matter what role you put him in, he's going to deliver a lot. Now, that being said, I think it would make more sense paying, especially since we heard about the X-Men budget being smaller, right? So I think it would make more sense of him if we're gonna hire Adam Driver for him to be Magneto than Mister Sinister, because let's get our money's worth. And he, like I said, he is an actor. Like, he's gonna act his ass off as Magneto. It's gonna be super awesome. So why not? Like, I think that makes more sense. Another thing too, I kind of want to point out here is that, like, I've seen a lot of people talk about how, like, if he was Magneto, he would be like over in his hundreds right now. But I think, and especially from previous movies, I think we're doing Ultimate X. Like, I don't think we're gonna do 616 X-Men. And I say that to say, I say that because there are a plethora of super soldier serums and super soldiers running around in this universe, the MCU universe. And in the Ultimate X, the X-Men or the X gene is derived from the super soldier serum. It's not because of, like, evolution. Now, Magneto dies, like, thinking that he believes that mutants are, like, divine intervention and, like, are the next step of human evolution, as he always does. But the truth is, the mutant gene is part of the super soldier serum, and, like, the people affected having kids, which is what we're going. People affected, people given the super soldier serum, and their kids becoming X-Men, and on and on and on and on we go. So, like, we're currently in that situation. Like, we've got Steve Rogers and his kid. You know, we have the other Captain America, not Falcon, but the other guy, Fudge. I don't know why I'm blinking on his name right now, but the guy part of Bucky's Avengers, right? He has a kid. So, and this whole Doomsday is about kids. So I have a feeling that we are going forward with Ultimate X storyline when it comes to X-Men. So I think that's how they're going to do that and explain it. We won't be dealing with the original 616 Magneto or X-Men in general. Another weird pick I hear that I really hope isn't true is Margot Robbie as Emma Frost. Look, I get it. It's easy to just think Emma Frost and, like, it's all, like, body, and trust me, yes, she does have some iconic moments when it comes to her clothes, but I do not want what happened to Wonder Woman and what happened to Harley Quinn to happen to Emma Frost. Like, I think both of these characters were forced into, like, the fashion and makeup branding more than the character, and I think it was to the detriment of those movies. So Margot Robbie is really a fashionista, if you will. Like, go do that, but don't bring that to Emma Frost. Like, I think the mistake that Margot got, especially when it comes to Harley Quinn, was like, oh, I'm gonna make her a fashionista. She's gonna be a fashion brand. That's what Harley Quinn's about, and it's not. And I feel like the same thing is going to happen with Emma Frost. Emma Frost does serve a great look, don't get me wrong, but she's about the mutant people. She's about loyalty. She's smart. She's really, really smart, and she's really strong. And that could get lost in translation. The body is a distraction. It's what she uses to lower people's guards and defense. But really, she's a smart telepath, and we need an actor to be more than just a body and not want to be a fashion icon. And I think that's why Barbie works for Margot Robbie, because she can do all these fashion moments and all these pieces and makeup and stuff that she wants to do and promote. I don't think she's right for Emma Frost. Now, if we get Jessica Chastain in here, that's a different story. And I know she's already been part of the Marvel Universe, but I think if you offer her, like, you know, the big time, which is the MCU, and a better role, I think she would accept it. But also, we got to think about the fact that we are casting younger X-Men, according to their list, like with Cyclops. I believe they're talking about the young man from The Walk, I believe, that Stephen King movie that came out, which is cool. But if we're doing that, I think casting Emma Frost or Jessica Chastain, which is my pick, is kind of the wrong move. You probably want to cast younger, and there are other people out there. Another thing too, I heard for Emma Frost is Sydney Sweeney. Let me tell you something. Sydney Sweeney playing any X-Men would be the most tone deaf, not deaf. I meant deaf, but deaf is for sure the right thing anybody could ever do. And it's just because her personal fumbles. Like, the idea that she would be part of a team who's like pro not being a racist is wild. She does her branding outside of having like big breast or whatever, like it's not right for her personal standing and as a gig. Like, it would be hard for people to get behind that. Like, unfortunately, later millennials and Gen Z aren't as forgiving as like older millennials, and which is awesome. That's not a bad thing. That's awesome. So that's gonna follow her. So her touching Emma Frost is like, it's a no-go. Don't do that. I do think if we're gonna toss money at somebody that caliber, it should be what Cyclops. And in my opinion, Zac Efron is waiting to play an X-Men. Zac Efron for Cyclops, Zac Efron for Wolverine, and that's going over to Wolverine. And I heard they were talking about wanting to keep Wolverine, but that makes no sense. They need a younger Wolverine. They don't need Hugh Jackman. If this is getting a revamp, like, why keep him around? If you want to do, like, I guess, like, rated R content, and you want him to stick around with Old Man Logan, for sure, but you still need a younger Logan to come in, and so they should definitely cast that. Also, I honestly don't know how much longer Deadpool's going to be around, be it all the controversy surrounding Ryan Reynolds. Like, I don't know if I would even like trust him, especially a young up and coming actor, like the way he's bullied and taking over projects. I don't know. I just would not want to be involved in anything that he's doing. So I don't know how that's gonna work, but that's my thought. As far as like introducing these guys, I had a thought. If Jean Grey is in Spider-Man, if that's her, what's her, Sadie Sink, if that's Jean Grey, dope. And I think that's pretty cool. Like, we're introducing these mutants in other people's projects. We're for sure. If that's Jean Grey, Secret Wars and Doomsday is the last time we're seeing the Foxmen, which is both a celebration for me because I love the Foxmen. I'm glad they're finally getting their like right due, but I'm also done with the Foxmen and everything about it. Like, we're done. We're over it, and so I'm happy for that. But I think, and I know after this, they're going to. So after Secret Wars, the next big project is supposed to be the X-Men film. However, I do think introducing them through other people's projects, and this is specifically just one person I had in my head, they should introduce another person's project, and that is in Black Panther 3. Because as we know, if we listen to Randy...
Because true trilogies are all about going back to the beginning and discovering something that wasn't true from the get-go. Godfather, Jedi, all revealed something that we thought was true that wasn't true.
So I think, like, Apocalypse's pyramid should be found in Black Panther 3, thus saying, like, hey, yes, there was an asteroid that hit Africa and gave us vibranium, but that came from Apocalypse's ship, and this is his pyramid. They should find Apocalypse's pyramid. Also, this ties into a pet peeve I have about The Rock and also Jennifer Lopez. And because if it's true that The Rock is auditioning or possibly in talks to play an Apocalypse, putting Apocalypse in Africa, where Egypt is, forces Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson to finally portray a black character. I don't know how many times I have to tell people that Dwayne The Rock Johnson is half black. This is a good way if we introduce these mutants in other people's movies, and it's like they've always kind of sort of been there. We just didn't notice them. I think that'd be pretty dope. But yeah, those are my thoughts right now for the X-Men stuff, like just floating around. Let me know what you guys are thinking. As usual, thanks for stopping by. Stay excellent, and I'll catch you guys later.